Poppycock. Shout out to your boys.
Yeah.
Man, feel like Wild West bandit. Outlaw. Man, that boy died.
Captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Look it up.
There's a whole article on it on Straight Out Sports. Headline in all caps. Now, it's probably the most personal article ever.
I just saw the title. No, I wish I watched it.
Worst officiated game in college basketball history happened last night between Northwestern and Penn State. Penn State shooting 24 more free throws, and still Northwestern tied it up with 5 seconds left, only for the referees to review a play for 10 minutes, come back, take away a basket. Never seen it happen in my life. 82-80. Penn State. Northwestern gets the ball at the bottom at the baseline with 5 seconds left. They were flustered. Everything was shook. Turnover, foul, 84-80. I'm not even mad. My Northwestern plus 5.5 cashed. I'm pissed for the integrity of the game. So mad, in fact. I said that Northwestern's coach should have slapped the ref, and because of that, I was banned from X for violent speech. Shout out to Thursday, baby. What a wild Thursday. We bet Rutgers at 4 in the morning yesterday. Turns out 40 minutes before tip, their best player not gonna play. 30 minutes before that, Indiana's best player supposedly not gonna play. He laced them up all 40 minutes. Rutgers star Dylan Harper sits out. Ballo, big dog for Indiana ends up with the double-double. Indiana runs away with the game. Sportsbooks not allowing the cash out. They're trying to give me 6 cents to the dollar. I don't know about you, but I felt robbed last night on the Rutgers game. And college basketball should be a damn shame for what happened in Northwestern Penn State. Every official involved should be sent to the AAU circuit immediately. But anyway, it's Friday, baby. A BEA beautiful Friday, in the words of Bruce Almighty. My man JCP will be here in a second to speak everything college football, NFL Week 18, incentives, games that matter, games that don't, lines that just don't make sense. And he's going to try and make it make sense for all of us. After me and him break down all things on the gridiron, I do got 2 bets for you tonight on the collegiate hardwood, and I have hella games for this gorgeous, beautiful first full slate of conference basketball on Saturday. I got lines for you. I got numbers for you. Matter of fact, it's a bleeping party, baby. Let's have a blast. It's Captain by a hook with the red beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. Stare down greatness. My man, JCP, rocking with me here live. I'm Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs. It is the 3rd of January. My man, the Fighting Irish, taking down my least favorite college football team, the Georgia Bulldogs. How we feeling today on a beautiful Friday? How are we feeling going into the Final Four of college football? And how are we feeling going into the final week of NFL?
Man, I tell you what, feel a lot better about being a fan of a team in Indiana after last night. because tell you what, the Notre Dame boys played hard on defense. That was awesome game to watch. College football playoffs, I'll tell you what. We were kind of shocked by the games. I thought Arizona State would be a little worse than Oregon and Ohio State. Those flipped. That was awesome. Overall, very excited about the teams that we got in the college football playoff. I'm not going to say it was predictable, but I would say a lot of people would probably have had all these teams but Notre Dame in there. Just probably Penn State too, maybe. But not too shocked the way these teams have been playing the way they ended the season, especially Penn State. Penn State looked good against Oregon. They looked good again against Boise State. Ohio State, they might be the best team in college football. I mean, who's going to guard Jeremiah Smith? I mean, my goodness. They're best wide receiver room for sure in football. We can say that for sure. I mean, my goodness, they're so damn good. And when it comes to NFL, half the games don't matter, but some of these other games, NFC North on the line, Sunday Night Football.
That's the one I'm looking forward to. The rest of it, I could give a hot ham if you're going to be a 3 seed or a 4 seed.
Right.
I don't care if you're going to be a 3 seed or a 5 seed. And can we just admit this right now between you and me and the world? The Cincinnati Bengals are not making the playoffs.
Probably not.
I'm sick of this.
And they need some.
I'm sick of the hype.
Who do they need to lose? Denver Broncos. We'll get to it obviously in a minute. 10-point favorites against the Chiefs. Nobody's really starting. And Bengals need the Dolphins to lose to the Jets. And they need to beat the Steelers. I mean, there's a lot that needs to happen.
Yeah. AKA, ain't gonna happen, Captain.
Too many losses in the early beginning of the season. They kind of caught up to them, basically. And that's been Zach Taylor's thing, though. He loses too much at the beginning of the season. They have to do this at the end of the year, and it's just dumb. It sucks for the Bengals because their defense is playing a lot better.
It sucks the game
offense
they
doing
did
good
lose early because they should have won a few of them. It's not like they came out and just stunk up the joint and got blew out. They literally came out and lost games they should have won.
Yeah. And then it was just bad. There's no better way to put it. It was just bad, man. It's honestly sad, too, because Joe Burrow's having one of those seasons where it's like he should have been in the MVP conversation, realistically, but he's not going to end up in the MVP conversation because, like, what, 7-8, something like that? I don't even know the record. I just know their average.
They're 8-8 right now. But I do think we need to change the narrative on MVP, and maybe I'm wrong. It should be the most valuable player to your team, not the player with the best team.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
The most valuable player to his team. Not that Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen. I don't think the Bills or the Ravens, you could just plug any quarterback in. They're definitely special. But there's definitely an argument stat-wise to be made for Burrow and even, hell, Darnold. Just because he doesn't have
Which is
the
crazy.
rushing
Yeah,
yards,
he snuck in there.
He's right there with the passing stats for the quarterbacks.
I mean, and he's lower odds than Jared Goff and Saquon. It's Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow in order, and then Saquon, Jared, Sam.
Last thing I want to complain about. Remember earlier in the season, Comeback Player of the Year award was quote unquote impossible for Sam Darnold to win. Quote unquote.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't meet the criteria. Quote unquote. Now all of a sudden, if you don't have a ticket on him, you're a dumbass. I mean, how does that change in the course of 3 months?
I don't know.
As media, we got to do better as a league.
This just needs to be a whole different award itself. Because, I mean, I think they did kind of change the name of the award. Like, not the name, but the criteria of the award to where you can kind of fit it. But, yeah, Sam, it should be J.K. Dobbins or Joe Burrow. Like, nothing against Sam Darnold. He is having a great year. And you know what? Instead of getting an award, you know what he's going to get? 5-year, $250 million contract as long as he doesn't get franchise tag. I mean, he's going to get, like, a major money deal and everything. Yeah, the whole discourse with the comeback, I won't lie to you. The Comeback Player of the Year award, the water's gotten muddied with it now, which it kind of stinks. No offense to Joe Flacco, but kind of happened last year a little bit with him because, I mean, all of a sudden it turned to, so you just got to play. It's to play horrible, and then all of a sudden you're good again award as well. It's like, I don't know.
From playing ass.
Yeah, I thought this was like come back from like injury and all that, but they didn't change it, like I said, to make it to where these guys can win it. I'm just,
Yeah, they changed it, and then now they're backtracking on everything. Now they're coming out saying people are voting on Darnold, and the votes will be eligible. Earlier in the year, they are not eligible. But we don't have to harp on it. I don't
get that. I did not get that.
Pretty fishy. Before we get to the Final Four in college football, I just want to ask you if any of these other bowl games are on your radar and on your mind happening
Oh.
today and tomorrow. There's about 4 of them I see.
Oh, man. I'm glad you said something. I totally forgot that. I bet on Duke Ole Miss yesterday. I don't even know what the score of that game was.
Oh, it was ugly. 44-7 last I looked.
Was it? Oh, I figured. I won't lie. I gave out Duke at first, and then 20-52. All right, they made it respectable. No, honestly, after I gave out on my show, I gave out Duke, and then I remembered all the stuff Lane Kiffin said on the internet and all that about the SEC and everything, and I'm like, oh shit, man. I'm not gonna say I hate to be that guy. I'm not gonna say I cashed out and put like as little money on it as possible, but yeah, no, so that sucked. Just realized that. Rest of these game wise, I mean, I just lean all the dogs. I'm really not. The only team I'm actually going to take is Liberty on the money line, plus 122 over Buffalo. But also, I'm not. I just don't know how. I don't know if these teams are going to really want to play or not. Last 3 bowl games of the year, though, too. That's the one part that sucks. It's like, man, last 3 bowl games of the year, and it's Texas, North Texas, Minnesota, Virginia Tech, Buffalo, Liberty, and I really didn't. I didn't follow too much of these teams, and the only game I kind of did was Virginia Tech, Minnesota. Don't like both those teams really, and I don't know. That's the best way to put it. Not fully concerned about those games. Like I said, I do kind of like Liberty on the money line, but I'm not sure how much they're going to actually want to play. I haven't looked into that too much.
Oh, yeah.
At this point, it's kind of just CFP because we got all the fun and like good bowl games all the way with a lot of the major teams during New Year's and all that.
Oh yeah, no, I love it, man. Right now, Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, they're taking on Penn State. Notre Dame 1.5 point favorites. I like it. I love it. I think they turkey dog whoop some ass against Penn State. And then you got Ohio State 6.5 point favorites over Texas. I think the hype on Ohio State is getting out of hand. I honestly cannot stand Quinn Ewers, but I think that Texas defense is going to show up and have something to say. Not official yet, but I'm leaning towards Texas, even on the money line. And I absolutely love Notre Dame minus the 1.5. Go ahead and walk us through these games and your thoughts on them. I'm going to give you the floor and shut the hell up.
That's where I'll admit the Texas Ohio State game is one where I'm torn the most at. I don't know, man. I looked at this other book. They got Ohio State now up to 6.5 point favorites. It's just after watching, I can't forget what I saw with those wide receivers against Oregon. Like that, I understand Oregon has a lot of 5'9" corners out there, but oh my goodness, when Will Howard is right and those wide receivers are good, it's unstoppable. Just the biggest thing I'm scared of is you're asking now Ohio State to put another amazing game together, but shit, maybe they're motivated after that Michigan loss. So I will admit I'm going to probably take Ohio State. I'm not going to be shocked if the 5.5 doesn't cover, but what they've put on paper so far this college football playoff tells me there's a good chance that could cover. And how we could even maybe get like a Texas situation where this game goes overtime and then all of a sudden we get a cover in overtime because of the situations. But like I said, that's the toughest game for me because it's just Quinn Ewers, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm to the point where he had so many flutter balls. I love that term. Shout out to my boys. I think on the Cover 3 podcast I said that. But yeah, it's all right. So many flutter balls that he just left floating in there. Arizona State finally was able to pick off some towards the end. Ohio State's defense, a little bit better than Arizona State's, I'd say. So if he does that, I feel like I'm torn. But like I said, I'm going to take Ohio State on the money line. Probably take them to minus 5.5. I might do a little like Ohio State Notre Dame money line parlay, maybe, because I am on Notre Dame over Penn State. I think just defensively, I'm very excited for this game for them. I love the way they played Georgia. Now they're playing a better quarterback. Only thing I will say, though, their DBs kind of gave me a bit of a scare. Like, Georgia's wide receivers weren't that good. They looked pretty good last game. So that's my only fear in this game because Drew Aller can spin it a little bit. And Tyler Warren is pretty damn good. Hopefully the Colts pick him up in the draft, by the way. Anyway, yeah, but Notre Dame, I like them on the money line. I do think they win this game. Riley Leonard, man, that boy a dog. He showed me something last game as well where I'm fully back in on him. I had some doubts at the beginning. I had some doubts a little bit after NIU. I had some doubts at points in the season, but I think I'm fully back in after what he just showed me in the playoff game because it was just one of those things where it's like he's a gamer, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's not easy. You didn't even want, like, there's throws there they could have tried to force. It's like, I'm running. I'm just going to run it. Like, I'm not trying to have stats. I'm trying to beat Georgia. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. You can tell he don't give a damn if his socks are perfect. He's gonna go out there and run the damn game.
Which I love.
I do want to touch on the flutter ball real quick. They lost to Washington last year because of Quinn Ewers' flutter balls on the last drive of the game. They come in this season with Quinn Ewers still as their starting quarterback. It didn't hurt them yet, but I'm gonna say this and put it on record. Arch Manning starting against Arizona State, that game's 54-10. I
With
mean,
how slow they came out
you
at the
don't
beginning?
go up 14-0. Arch Manning keeps the gas on the pedal. He's swagged up. He's yakking it up. He's rapping lyrics to songs I've never even heard of on the sideline. The whole crowd is electric, and Arizona State never gets the chance to get back in it. But Quinn Ewers just sat on that 14-0 lead like a damn dog, sitting on his own shit, and it almost came back to stinking. Honestly, Texas should have lost that game.
They really should have, honestly. I mean, especially in double overtime, I mean, it came down to basically a pick at the goal line. I know they were a few yards away, but
Oh my God.
Arizona State was dead in the water, and then Ohio State just wouldn't put them away. They let them linger around for too long.
Yeah.
We're sorry, yeah, Texas. Excuse me, Texas.
And yeah, just to speak on Ohio State, what you said about the receivers, man, those Oregon
That's gonna be the key.
didn't know which way to go. I've never
I
seen
mean, I
the
understand.
DBs get turned around by 15 yards like that. Which way did he
It's
go, Joe? Which way did he go?
Jeremiah Smith's a dog, man. That kid's he hit his over under. He hit it in 2 plays.
Yeah, I
And
looked
he
up.
got the ball.
The kid had 161 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's still the first quarter, I think. I said, hot damn.
Dude, it was so funny. I was watching the Pat McAfee cast of this because I was just gonna listen to the boys. I ended up because of New Year's and the day before, I was dead exhausted. Took like a 20-minute nap, maybe not even 25. And I looked up it. That's why I took. All right, it's 30-0.
Yeah.
Like, cause like it was one of those naps where like I was hearing everything, listening to the game, eyes were just closed, rest a little bit, and then I faded maybe for like 5-10 minutes. Wake up, it's I got another 5 minutes.
No,
His eyes a little bit. That shit was over.
reality hit pretty early on Wednesday night. Football's over for the day. Sugar Bowl.
Hard to beat a team twice.
Yeah, especially in a month span. Especially, I'll say this last thing I'll speak on it.
And like you said, football's over early.
Yeah. Now I was thinking, okay, what am I gonna do with the rest of my day? But Oregon all season long they went up like 24-0 early and then just literally sat on their ass and didn't score another point the rest of the game. And they haven't played a full game all season until they played Ohio State a few weeks ago, and you could tell last week or 2 days ago they just didn't bring it, whatever it is. But man,
Didn't have that juice.
yeah, I can't wait to watch these games. When is the 9th and the 10th?
January 9th and 10th. So Thursday, Friday next week. Week from today, pretty much is the second game.
What the hell are we doing? Can we get a Saturday bowl game, please, with the playoffs?
No, because the NFL has Saturday. And
Wow,
because now,
weekend, huh?
yeah, and because now, because honestly, I think last week, or no, this upcoming next Monday, I believe, would have been the national championship, or the Monday after, because of usually it was just 4 teams, but now because we have the added teams, that's gonna be the issue with the college football playoffs now. Is it's gonna start running into the NFL playoffs, and it's not. You're gonna have to like remember, like, hey, this still matters. This is awesome. While the big boys are doing their thing, because now, like I said, it's Thursday, Friday, and then NFL.
Kind of sucks, huh?
I'll admit, it is a little bit sad. A little bit, just because it's like, man, now you gotta go back to because this should be the time of year, where it's like, all right, just college, just NFL, but now you gotta merge them a bit. A little depressing.
Before you know it, March will be here. Let's jump over to the N,
Crazy.
the F, the L. Nah, it is crazy, bro.
It don't matter.
Last night really felt like, all right, conference playoffs popping, baby. I was geeked last night. Jumping out my
I can't
socks.
believe it's actually here. Like, it's time. It's January.
Yeah, I'm literally, I was watching Big Ten basketball last night. Like, oh yeah, this ain't no more mother effing Northern Iowa versus Michigan State. This is some big time games. But we got Cleveland, the 3-13 Browns taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens playing for anything? They're 19.5-point favorites, and I just can't wrap my head around it. That has to be the
AFC
biggest
North.
spread of the season, huh?
Yeah, that is for sure the biggest spread. That's the biggest spread I've seen this season. And if they win, they get the AFC North. So that's the only reason people kind of think the Bengals are going to win the next game as well. Is because the Ravens win. Well, the Steelers really have much to play for. You don't want to go into the playoffs on a 4 or 5 game losing streak and all that. So I'm assuming the Steelers are going to want to win that game as well. But I know we're talking Ravens. I got nothing Ravens Browns. This spread's just way too damn big, and I'm not betting on the Browns. Are you kidding me? So it's gotten to the point where this game has just become untouchable because of
The total seems low,
Right.
though. If the Ravens are going to try and come out and drop the hammer on them, I think they can get 43 by themselves. Total
That is very
41.5.
I say the only thing that scares me is they get 34 and the Browns don't score. But I mean, if they score 34, the Browns have to get like. Only thing is DTR. I think it's a career, no touchdowns and like 10 or 11 interceptions.
What are we doing, Cleveland? Give the fans something to root for. Put Jameis in.
They're going to be rooting for that draft pick that's going to be sitting behind Deshaun for 2 years.
Man, sports. You got
Crazy.
in 2025, man.
Man, they're just literally going to give away wins and games because they made a dumb decision to pay a quarterback. That's Cleveland Browns for you. Could have had. Just remember, they drafted Baker Mayfield. People, don't forget that.
I mean, the kid's a stud.
Kicked his ass out the door.
Man, Cincinnati. Speaking of studs, Joe Burrow and the gang taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers, man, since the weather got cold, so have they. Bengals somehow 2-point favorites on the road going to Pittsburgh. I don't care what the scenario is, just don't feel right. Are the Steelers in regardless right now?
Yes, they're in the playoffs regardless. They're just playing for either a home or their home game, or if they lose. If Ravens win, obviously they were playing for the 5 seed at that point. If they lose, they get the 6 or so seed, I believe. It's a difference in playing Houston or I can't remember what the other team is. It's Houston or so you want to play Houston pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the other team in the playoff picture. I believe it's not Chargers because they're away. Who's the other home team? It's not Bills.
Man,
Think of it.
Pulled up. Let me grab it again.
I did too. That's why I'm so mad at myself. I literally had this pulled up and I can't think of it now. It's the Ravens. That's Ravens. That's my fault. That's why I couldn't think of it because I was talking about those 2 teams. So say the Ravens win. If the Steelers lose this game and the Chargers win, Chargers bump into the 5 spot. They play Houston. Steelers play Ravens in the playoffs, which with their history, I was just thinking about you kind of want to play Houston. So the Steelers really do want to win this game. I'm kind of tempted to take the Bengals because at the same time, it's like the Steelers do want to win this game, but they are in the playoffs. So I don't know. That's a weird game, but I'm leaning towards Bengals just because of how hot Joe Burrow's been. And the Steelers on the other side have been pretty cold lately. I wouldn't be shocked they won this game. I just can't get myself to take them. We'll take Jamar Chase score touchdown as well, and then I'm probably just going to stay away. Keep it light on the props this week.
I know. Standalone games are the hardest thing for me to stay away from in the NFL.
Right, especially on like Saturday.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, luckily for me, I'll be distracted.
I will say, actually, I lied. This game has no incentives. Never mind. Being distracted, not a bad. I will admit, this game probably might end up not mattering too much if the Ravens lose. So, not a bad time to be distracted.
Man, speaking of not mattering, Carolina Panthers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons 8.5-point favorites, total 48. At any point today, if you want to say F this game, just scream out skip, and I will skip it because I can give a hot ham about it. There's no way in HE double hockey sticks that the Saints beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Falcons, 100% eliminated.
Yeah, pretty much. The only reason this game would matter is because the Bucs find a way to somehow lose to your Saints, and this wouldn't matter. So we're gonna go, and thankfully I think they play at the same time. So we'll take Bijan Robinson anytime touchdown, 2-legger with the Atlanta Falcons money line, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. And I'm not touching this game any other way because I could care less. Those are the only 2 things if I'm gonna bet this game, it's like that Bijan touchdown, Falcons money line. Probably get like minus 140 odds on it. Be disgusted with it, not take it.
Hell yeah. No, you got to love it. 2020.
They don't even have it out.
Sports gambling, baby. Washington Commanders,
That's how
Jaden
we do it.
Daniels, the superstar, -6 taking on the Dallas Cowboys. I heard something about this game. If they win, they get some seed. If they lose, they get another seed. They're coming out and they're going to try and play to win. They want to win. They don't want to go to Philly. Is I'm remembering, if I
Yes.
remember correctly. This is -6. The total's 44. Washington just goes up by 30 and then rest the fourth quarter, right?
You would think so. I like this number a lot at 4.5. 6.5 in 2 days is wild. I'm not gonna lie. I probably still like it. I mean, the Eagles killed the Cowboys. I think their season's pretty much. I mean, with no CeeDee Lamb, they just were dead last week. So I'm assuming they're kind of looking for Cancun and everything. So I wouldn't be shocked if Commanders just put belt to ass here too. I'm probably gonna be on some Scary Terry props because he had such a quiet game last week, and I'll probably take Commanders -6.5 just because I do think they're probably gonna beat him bad.
Yeah, it's crazy what a good offensive coordinator and a good quarterback can do together. It's crazy how good Cliff Kingsbury is.
Yeah, and
he was the problem in Arizona, though.
And I think he beat those second half of the season allegations too.
Yeah,
with this.
I mean, it was.
It almost
Kyler.
makes you wonder. I was about to say, I'm not going to call any names, but it makes you wonder.
I'll say it. Kyler Murray ruined the Arizona Cardinals franchise, and the trade for KD ruined the Phoenix Suns franchise. Arizona Diamondbacks picking up Corbin Burns. Get the rings ready. Who would have thought Arizona Diamondbacks would be the best team in Phoenix going into 2025?
Not me, I tell you what.
Nah, yeah.
Not
I wouldn't even bet $1 on that 3 years ago. But anyway, we got the Bears taking on the Packers. Do the Packers have anything left to play for? Somehow they're -10 in what I deem a meaningless game. Total set at 41 here. Caleb Williams, last game of his rookie year.
Seeding, I believe. Packers. This is the Packers and Commanders, are fighting for that seeding. So, because Lions or Vikings are locked into that seed. So it pretty much comes down to Commanders Packers. I forget who gets the tiebreaker though. I will admit. So that's the only part I kind of visit you with. If you remember though, Packers and Bears last game, this came down to a block field goal to win it. So now it's 10.5 points. I'm good. That's just too many points. I'm not gonna lie. I liked it 9.5 when it was under 10. 10.5 and above now. Now it's like I'm good. I don't need to have another Packers game where Jordan Love wins by 10, and I'm just pissed because the number moved and he didn't win, or he wins by field goal when you have 4.5. Like I've been on that roller coaster too many times. Let me just say that. So where 10.5 is a bit too much. If anything, I might just be stupid and do a money line parlay with like him, Falcons, and somebody else. Do some stupid stuff like that.
As great as Jordan Love is, I haven't sensed the killer instinct from him yet.
Still a little young.
Yeah.
Still can get there. We just need to. A lot of the Packers fans I listen to, they're like, next year. Like this felt like the year before the storm, basically. Yeah. So I'm like, all right. I thought I heard that last year. Bye.
Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah. Let's not make this a habit. But I will say, we do put too much pressure on these young quarterbacks. Even Drew Brees went like 3-13 his first few years in San Diego before getting injured. People think that Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees thing was quick. Drew Brees was the starter for 2 or 3 seasons before they even drafted Phillip Rivers, and then he started another season after Phillip Rivers was there. He had a full 4 seasons, and they didn't think he was the guy. The injury kind of helped him make the decision, but they were already kind of off of him. And then boom.
Hey, I say shout out to them though.
Top 10 quarterback of all time. When he was in his 7th year, once he figured it all out. So I definitely am looking forward to Jordan Love really becoming look at golf even.
I was about to say, do you want to take a look at that Carolina Panthers QB room a few years ago? Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, we got to give these kids time, bro. I don't
Sometimes
know how much
it's
time.
just.
I mean, I get it because nowadays coaches are
time and situation.
Right. Yeah, GMs are getting fired left and right.
Speaking of, by the way, continue. Sorry, I thought you were done. Go ahead.
I was just about to say it, and it sucks that it always comes down to the quarterback.
Yeah, like I was going to say, speaking of firings, Black Monday, is upcoming, which in the NFL world, all these coaches, all these things, they gonna get fired. So we gotta look out for that, and it's gonna be interesting to see who's losing their jobs, who's gonna end up moving in the shuffle and all that. Because you're right, it all comes down to sometimes quarterbacks play. Quarterbacks get some dudes fired.
Man, speaking of quarterbacks, I think Peyton Manning was 3-13 his rookie year also. The Colts, baby, they're taking on the Jaguars. Colts -5. Total set at 44. I don't know, man. In a meaningless game, +5 looks delicious, but I'm staying the hell away for sure.
I'll bet Colts, but I'm not giving anything out. I won't lie to you. Anthony Richardson coming out saying, I've had back issues since 8th grade. I mean, dude, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm hearing more stuff about the organization's loss, has no vision, and then you see stuff like this happening, and you just shake your damn head, man. Even if it's not a big deal, the fact that your quarterback just came out and just said, yeah, I've had back issues since 8th grade. It might be chronic. I mean, you just lost so many people in the fan base after saying that. Yeah. No joke. I'm not kidding you. I love Anthony Richardson to death. I would hope he'd be our quarterback because the kid's got some talent. I just looked at my wall the other day when he said that. I'm just like, well, that jersey's going to be a waste, huh? Like, I truly, it just feels like that because it's just, I don't know. We don't have to spend too much time on this game because both these teams kind of suck and they aren't in the playoffs. But it's frustrating, man. I tell you what, hearing all this stuff, seeing all this stuff, and I was just like, man, somehow it gets worse.
Yeah, when you just said it, I gave up on Anthony Richardson in the moment.
Yeah, because the reason he's not playing this week, you want to guess it? Back spasms. That's why he didn't play last week. And then he comes out and says that. I mean, kid just can't stay healthy. And Chris Ballard.
I don't think it's physical at this point. It feels mental to me. I mean,
it could be that too.
It has the toughness. I don't know. He wakes up.
He got called. It took him getting called out by the media about everything, and then the Colts finally came out and like, now he's first one in the building, showing up at 5 a.m. So it's like, I don't know, and it just makes you frustrating because like, man, somebody's not in the building telling him that, or if they are, there's just too much noise going on, and that's the part that's frustrating.
A lot of Joel Embiid and Anthony Richardson, if you ask me.
Whoa.
Talent to the moon. The mental stuff just not there. I've heard a lot of excuses out of the kid's mouth this season after last year. The NFL was easy breezy Sunday morning.
Man, one last thing I want to add real quick too. I went over. I don't want to leave out the most important piece of this puzzle that people think because I love the players. I'm all over management, man. That management needs to figure their shit out. I looked up Chris Ballard's first-round draft pick history.
Horrendous.
A lot of years we don't have first-round draft picks because we're trading for Carson Wentz. Trading for DeForest Buckner. I like that one, though, I'll admit. Trading for this guy. Then, we do have a first-round pick. Quentin Nelson. Good one. Malik Hooker. He's playing on the Cowboys now. We had him for like 3-4 years. Anthony Richardson. Hasn't really played too much. Hasn't done too much. And there was another one I can't remember. But it's been, I'm not going to lie to you. Learning all this stuff, when we just know there's a different JC coming on the show next year. I'm about sick of it, man. And it's to the point now, like, I love being a blind, loyal fan, but at a certain point, you got to take the blinders off and just start being like, all right, if this is how you're going to treat me as a fan. This is how we're going to. Because like I said, love some of the players. That management, though, they're starting to lose a little bit of faith in them, not going to lie.
Nah, yeah. I heard media players screaming for Shane Steichen's head, which I think is the wrong person to blame.
Mm-hmm.
I think Steichen's a great coach. I honestly think they just messed up drafting Anthony Richardson. I mean, the kid has all the talent in the world. He was a loser at Florida. It looks like he's going to be a loser in Indiana. And I think it's mental.
And then one more thing. I just want to talk NFL draft real quick, and then we can move on because, like that, Colts don't matter. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Let's just run through these guys. Jared Verse, Colts could have drafted. Quinion Mitchell, Colts could have drafted. Chop Robinson, Colts could have drafted. Brandon Fisk, Colts could have drafted. Cooper DeJean, Colts could have drafted. Who did they draft instead? Which, by the way, I'm not blaming the kid. There's nothing against the kid, man. I think he could be good. Latu, who is now bottom of the Rookie of the Year list. 4 games, he had no stats for the Colts, which, like I said, nothing against the kid. I think he has a lot of talent. It's just goes to show you, man. I mean, the Colts seem to just get it wrong everywhere they can at this point, and it's frustrating. Like I said, though, Colts -5, don't take it. That's a personal bet for me. I'm ready for them. This is a last chance to get something right before I get angry with the team for the whole offseason.
No, I think you're just torturing yourself.
I probably won't even take it. I'm not even going to lie to you. Might be first Colts game
to scream at the TV over, huh?
Pretty much. And you know what?
Playoffs,
you know why I'm betting? It's because Joe Flacco's playing. For real. This is like let's talk about a game that actually matters. We waste way too much time on them.
Buffalo, baby. I don't know if this matters, but they take
kinda
on the
does.
Patriots. Buffalo minus 2.5. Total set at 38. Are they resting players?
Yes, but Josh Allen is going to play for a little bit because he has a start streak going, which I do love that they're keeping this one alive because it's not injury. They're just so damn good that they get to rest their guys. So like he's going to play probably 1-2 series max, probably one. But I'm taking Bills on the money line. There's no reason Patriots. Yeah, I mean that's the safest play to make because there's no reason the Bills should lose this game. I don't know how much they're going to win it by though because Patriots they lose this game they have the number 1 overall pick and that is. With having Drake May, that is a franchise-changing pick because we're talking first next year, first this year, players potentially like this. And for a team that needs a lot of pieces, it's going to be valuable. So I'm on Bills' money line for the simple fact I just don't think the Patriots want to lose that game.
No, I love it. I love it. I love it. The 13-3 Eagles taking on the 3-13 Giants. I just love when numbers are flipped like that. -3 on the Eagles. Playing nobody. Nick Sirianni said we don't give a hot ham about history. Saquon Barkley, your once-in-a-lifetime chance to beat a record. Who gives a damn? Total set at 37 and a hook. I can't say I disagree with him, but it just feels bad for the kid. They give you an extra game so you can beat records and they can tweet about it, and you can't do it still. It's like the baseball rule. They changed the rule, and now all of a sudden we got all these stolen base records being broken. You got 17 games to beat a record that happened back when I think they were playing 14, 16 games. Kind of beautiful that it doesn't happen. Same thing happened in college basketball. Sorry, I'm getting off track. Kid played like 17 years to beat Pistol Pete's 3-year record and came up short by like 1 bucket and then cried about it. I just love it. I love that.
Something about sports, man.
This record.
It's what's crazy too about it is if he played against the Giants and gets set the franchise record for the Eagles last week, he probably would have only needed like probably 60, maybe 60 or so yards. But I'm with it. I like that. I like it both ways. I like it for the player being able to get the record because if Saquon got the rushing record, I mean that's instant Hall of Fame. I mean there's no doubt Hall of Fame getting put in. I mean now I'll admit for him there's a chance that he doesn't make it in, but he's number 2 overall pick. I'm assuming Saquon's probably gonna find his way in with how talented he has been. Yeah. But all that being said, I still don't think the Giants are good enough to beat the Eagles. If it tells you anything about this juice, man, Eagles -155 on the money line for -3. Bills -140 at -2.5. Isn't that something? I would take the Eagles on the money line if it's anything for me, just because I simply think the backups are still better than anything the Giants are putting out there.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, there's only 53 players. It's not like you can rest everybody. There's going to be some linemen starting. There's going to be some defensive players starting.
And I will say, Malik Neighbors is going for a rookie record. The rookie record for receivers receptions. I think he needs like 5, something like that. So look out for that.
Oh my god, it's like the COVID year records. Put an asterisk next to him.
Why is that?
17 games that somebody else did.
Oh yeah.
It breaks my heart. It's
shout out to Brock Bowers. Yeah, no, I feel you there. But shout out to Brock Bowers. He did it last week. So he heard your rule. He's like, no, I'm doing that week 16, so I'm not getting bashed by the red beard.
Man, I know. LeBron's going to play 24 years and beat all the records Jordan did in 13. Shout out to him. The GOAT, baby. Top 50 for sure. Saints, New Orleans. They're going down to Tampa Bay ready. I was about to say something a little too disgusting. I was going to say they're going to go down there busting it open ready to get effed.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, Tampa Bay is about to put it to him.
Jeez.
Mike Evans is about to cook Alante Taylor every which way possible. He's going to start him off in the oven, move to the air fryer, throw him in the skillet on the stove top, and then once he gets cooled off, throw him in the microwave to heat his ass up again. Saints plus 13.5. Bucks, 2 touchdown favorites at home. Total set at 43 and a hook. Shout out to the Buccaneers, man. They're going to be a wild card weekend popular bet, I believe, again, especially after last season and especially coming in healthy.
Yeah. They're pretty good. I'll admit, they've been playing really well. And shout out to Baker Mayfield. You had to fall behind Tom Brady, if you people don't forget. And he He's been doing pretty good. There's some incentives going on in this game. If Mike Evans gets 5 receptions and 85 receiving yards, he'll get a $3 million bonus. I'm sure the books will be all over that one. That's probably the squarest one that everyone's been giving out.
Yeah.
But, hey, if you've been following Captain by a Hook or the JC Pod, we've been talking about this for like 4 weeks.
3
So,
seasons
hopefully
you've been on Mike Evans.
3 seasons. That is very true. We are a big Mike Evans show. We do love Mike Evans around here.
Yeah.
Some of us more than others. And then also to go with that, your boy, MVS, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, he wins $250,000 with touchdown reception this game.
Oh.
Bucks minus 13.5, and that's it, by the way.
Spencer Rattler, baby.
The rat tail.
If I had to get a touchdown for $250,000, bro, I'm at your house the night before the game. We beefing, bro. Look for me, dog. Try to throw a touchdown, please.
Practicing plays in the yard. Like, hey, this is what you go look for me on these plays.
I mean, the kid's 0-5. People talking about he's the future. In the words of Bloody Rabbit on 8 Mile, you ain't the future of shit. Houston, baby. 9-7. They're taking on the Tennessee Titans. Houston plus 1.5, plus 100 on the money line. They're not playing for anything, are they?
They are not, because they already locked in. They should be playing for something, though. They've been playing like dog shit. They need to get their guys out there to play better, but they're going to sit them all. Joe Mixon, 107 rushing yards. He would have got 250,000, but he's probably for sure sitting. I'm probably fading Texans in the first round because they've been so flat all season. Like I said, they probably are going to play a decent amount. I mean, this would be a perfect game. Play your guys at least a half against the Titans, where I mean, they're a pretty bad team. So you should be able to get maybe something going and then sit your guys at half so at least got something, but they aren't going to do that. So it's probably going to be me either taking the Chargers against them or the Steelers against them in round 1 because, yeah, I'm just not a fan of what the Texans have been putting out lately.
Now, I was a quote-unquote hater in the preseason for saying the Texans would go 9-8. I'm going to be honest with you. I think the Titans get this game. I think the Texans
They are favored.
9-8. Something about Tennessee. They're 3-13, but, man, they've showed up a few weeks and played pretty good football.
They just can't stop turning the ball over, man. Their quarterbacks just give it away every single game. It's contagious. Will Levis made that. I don't know if it's Will Levis. I don't know if it's Brian Callahan. I don't know if it's Mason Rudolph, but somebody has the turnover bug in that room, and that shit just getting passed around.
Can't get rid of it.
Dude, it's like a disease. They just need to get the season over so they can deep clean the room. Put the bags over everything.
Yeah.
Get all the roaches and pests out.
Sanitize the shit.
Around everywhere, get that shit clean, man. They need it.
Arizona Cardinals -4 taking on San Francisco. Oh man, I can't.
Oh, this is only.
We thought that shit was sanitizing stuff in 2020. Just because
was
a
it?
white suit on, it looked good.
It looked official.
Yeah, it did. CDC certified, baby. You said skip.
They clean it. Yeah, I mean, this is literally the who cares more. If Kyler ends up playing, I will say he gets 1 rushing touchdown, 50 rush yards, will get $750,000. But to a guy like him, I don't even know if that matters. He should. No, but I'm just. I know. Honestly, though, I got nothing in this game. Josh Dobbs is playing, and yeah, both these teams are playing for not shit. So.
Hell yeah! Shout out to the 49ers, bro. Nothing makes me happier than the Niners and the Cowboys this season. I mean, just truly blissful.
Big offseason for them, too. Both these teams. It's going to be fun. Yeah, they both had really, really bad seasons. Just be curious if they're just going to run it back. I'd say they will.
It looks like it. Real quick, yes or no, is Brock Purdy the future?
Yes. How long is the future? You need to go somewhere else, in my opinion.
I agree with both of those.
I think Brock Purdy could probably be good for another 4 years or so, one more contract then for Dak. I just think you need to change the scenery at this point because I think he's pretty decent. It's just it's him and the Cowboys feel stale chips, man. The chips used to be good, but now it's just kind of man, chips don't look the same, man.
No.
The first start
is a little dark green now. It's been sitting out since noon. Sunday Night Football now. It's just we should have put this in the fridge hours ago.
The next Colts quarterback, Dak Prescott. We're getting Aaron Rodgers next year, Dak Prescott the year after, because that's what Chris Ballard does. Let's get all these old men in here. So I think he has an old man fetish. Anyway.
It seems like it. I think his belief is 100% experience over talent.
Oh,
And
which you can take experience without going to the elderly home. That's the only issue. It's like, man, dude, we don't need the wing T experience. We need,
yeah.
man, no, it's crazy.
Hey, at least you ain't got Derek Carr. Chiefs, baby.
At least we don't got Derek Carr.
Man,
I will say that.
I might buy his jersey just to burn it, just to feel it, just to smile, just to feel good about something.
Feel something?
Yeah. I'm about the off-brand one, the $30 one from the Blue
The Reebok one where it's with, they didn't even spell his name right. It's just CAR.
Yeah. Yeah, 14 somehow. What?
The 4 sideways.
Chiefs, they're plus 10.5 on the road taking on the Broncos. I know nobody's playing and they're not playing for Nathan, but 10 feels like a lot. I'm not betting it, but I've heard some sharps say they're going to be on the 10.5 on the Chiefs this weekend. Where you at on this Broncos Chiefs game?
I will say I'm on the Chiefs as well, just because the number feels too big. I am scared of Carson Wentz not playing the full game. They've already kind of come out and said like they're going to put, I think, another guy in. I forget who the third string is, but a little bit nervous about that. But like I said, 10 just feels like way too many points. It's a division game. Andy Reid's going to try. I mean, the coaches aren't taking the game off, and like we talked about, the roster's only so big. You aren't going to just cut a bunch of guys, bring up the whole practice squad. So there's going to be a few people playing. I like the Chiefs to at least keep it close because, like I said, Broncos is probably going to be a little tight, man. This is for the playoffs, man. They lose, they're probably going home. So I mean, 10's a lot of points.
Man, I didn't know that. I thought the Broncos already kicked out.
No, they aren't even in the playoffs yet because they lost last week. So if they lose this week and Dolphins win, Dolphins are in. If Broncos lose, Dolphins lose, Bengals are in. So that's the scenarios we're looking at. Broncos win, they're in. Broncos tie, they're in.
Whoa, you're telling me the Dolphins?
Yes, the Dolphins.
Team?
Yes.
We need to shorten this field. We need to get this field shortened. I don't.
I mean, it should have been the Colts, but the Colts, lost to the Giants. So now it's the Dolphins.
Man, Chargers, baby. They're 4.5-point favorites taking on the Raiders. Total set at 41 and a hook. I'm gonna be big on the Chargers in playoffs. I don't know about this week.
I will be for this week for seeding potential because I believe
Washington Commanders-esque.
Yes, I'm trying to think of. The only issue is it's between Chargers and Steelers, so they might. That's where I don't know the tiebreaker scenario. I'm assuming because the Chargers are. I guess they both be 11-6. I don't know. I don't know the tiebreaker scenario. If the Chargers are playing for the seeding potential, I will take them. I think I'm going to take them regardless, though. But I'm going to take them -4.5 because you much rather play Houston than Baltimore. That's without a doubt.
And tomorrow.
Please.
Shout out CJ Stroud, baby.
Man, he went from little bro and people in the middle of the season to he had everyone's turned on him. Isn't that crazy? Everyone's kind of turning on CJ a little bit.
It's the media. You're 9-7 and you're on podcast talking about you're the third best quarterback in the league. Bro, this your second year. You ain't won shit. Shut the hell up.
Yeah, there's a lot of people
Imagine Joe Montana in his second year on a podcast ranking himself third in the damn league. Tom Brady just talking shit on podcast all year.
You just reminded me of Micah Parsons ranking his top 10 quarterbacks, not even having Dak on it.
That kid is I don't want to get into that. Somebody need to tell him to shut the hell up.
And shut up.
Walk away from the mic. You don't deserve to talk, bro. You lose. In the words of White Men Can't Jump, you scorn me, you can talk. You shut me down, you can talk. Until then, shut the hell up.
And I won't leave everyone out. Shout out Zaire Franklin as well, who said, you know what, I want to play a horrible team in a big market. We love that mindset. And then get the ass kicked by the Giants.
Never even heard of him.
He's a Colts star linebacker who is leading their team in tackles. And if you didn't know about it, he'll let you know about it. It sucks. I actually kind of like him and everything, but this podcast has been a bit too much because you're hearing all these clips come out and then the team's been kind of meh and there's no accountability in the locker room and you hear all this stuff come out. It's like, that's the only issue. I mean, I'm not gonna diss the players for doing podcasts. Get yourself out there. Think of your business while you're at work or whatever. What's the saying? work while you're at work, the others, whatever that saying is. But same time, you just got to know if you play bad, it's going to get loud.
Cam Jordan said we might win the Super Bowl this year on a podcast. I mean, we just need to relax a little bit.
Remember when they were 2-0 and the whole world thought, oh my God, this is the best team in football?
And me told y'all it was all a lie.
Never a doubt.
Never been more right in my life. Sucks it had to be at that. My own place.
You just saw it too clearly.
I'm going to tell you what something my dad told me. Son, never bet on the Saints and never expect the Saints to not break your heart. And this is from Lifetime Saints fan.
Shout out Pops.
He knew what he was doing. The guy was a gambler. Seahawks, baby. They're -6.5 taking on the Rams. Rams. I guess they're already in. They're not playing for Nathan.
No.
Who would have thought the Rams would actually win the damn division? I didn't believe it.
Apparently, a lot of people you listen to.
Oh, yeah.
They've been screaming it for weeks. Rams! Rams! I'll admit, I did take them earlier in the season too, but I didn't expect it to win. I gave up on it like 4 times. And all of a sudden,
I heard a 30-minute spiel on how he's the greatest handicapper in the world. Just because of that bet alone.
Even though it was given out by a lot of people.
Oh, the whole world was on it. He was just the only one that was on it. Like he bet it every week.
Oh, that's fair.
I triple
He's like, I'm
plus 800. I quadruple down at plus 1000, and I'm the greatest.
Shout out to Femi Abefafe. Oh, I'm saying your name.
I thought we were shouting out Mike Tyson.
Hey, that was a bad expression. He sounds nothing like that.
I thought we were,
just to be clear.
Damn, that boy Mike Tyson.
Nah.
No, so I will admit.
Out parlay.
The thing about DraftKings.
So I forgot about some incentives I did miss. So Geno Smith, 185 plus passing yards for a $2 million bonus. That one feels good. He is playing, by the way. This Rams Seahawks game doesn't matter. Rams are sitting a lot of guys, so the division's already over. So yeah, like I said, it doesn't really matter too much. Derrick Henry 1+ touchdown. He ain't playing, doesn't matter. Cortland Sutton 82 plus receiving yards for $500,000. So that one seems a little bit more doable. Tony Pollard for $250,000 needs 83 rushing yards. And then J.K. Dobbins, 58 rushing yards for $100,000. That J.K. Dobbins one is probably my favorite one of the year because his over is going to be like probably in the 60s or something like that. And there's a good chance he's probably going to rush for about in the 60s, 70s. Maybe get a little bit more.
Comeback player of the year.
Even though he's plus 2,200 now and he got hurt, so it ruined his chances.
Oh, yeah. Sam Darnold, baby. The guy who was not eligible a month ago is going to win that award. I guarantee it. Yes or no, Geno Smith, quarterback of the future in Seattle?
No, he's going to be gone within, I would say, the next 2 to 3 years.
I agree. Sadly.
Minimum, probably 2. I think, yeah. I mean, it's just a thing. It's new regime. I mean, they like Geno, but they need to start getting a young guy, you know. They need to start grooming a young guy. But we'll see.
No, I love that he got his little 3-4 years to be a starter. But, yeah, I don't think he's a starting quarterback at this league. Inconsistent.
I think he's an average to good starting quarterback, not a great starting quarterback. Best way to put it.
Yeah, I love
he's top 20.
Yeah, I agree with that. 18-ish? No. Dolphins, baby. Speaking of quarterbacks that are average, Tua somehow can still get in the playoffs. All they got to do is beat the Jets, the Jets. -1 of the Dolphins. I mean, if the Dolphins are playing for something, this -1 looks delicious.
Tua might not be playing.
39.
That's the only issue. I think Tua might not be playing again with their playoff hopes on the line because of his hip injury. He was limited in practice yesterday.
I didn't realize he was hurt.
And he's trending toward missing the Week 18 start. Yeah, he didn't play last week. Probably there's a chance he might not play this week, which means Stu Huntley goes in. That's probably why it's 1. I would get it now if you think Tua is going to play. I mean, regardless, I think Dolphins probably do win this game. You want to talk about teams. Week 8. We talked about Week 18. We're cutting down the bets a little bit. We don't need to bet on the Dolphins, man.
No. Shout out to everybody saying the Jets, baby, are Super Bowl contenders. Week 1.
Let me tell you, you want to talk about teams that I'm going to be a lot more harsh on next year. Man.
What if they change quarterback?
They're still the Jets, man. That's why I just need to keep coming back to. They're still the Jets. They're going to find a way to screw it up. The fact that they screwed up this bad with Aaron Rodgers and all this stuff, now I'm fully, like, I believe it now. Because don't get me wrong, I know Aaron Rodgers hasn't been the best. Oh, my God. You got Garrett talking about if Aaron Rodgers is back, get me out of here. DJ Reed, he's like, man, I'm excited to get off the Jets and test the free agency. You hear nothing good come out of that building. Rick Johnson, I'm good.
Rick Johnson, baby, the GOAT.
What's funny because apparently I heard afterwards, apparently Rick Johnson's like a really good kid and everything. He's, well, hey, 17. Who knows?
He's got to be a good kid. He's the Madden world playing on pro level against the computer dynasty champion. The kid knows what he's doing, baby. Speaking of the only game I give a damn about this week,
this is gonna be a good one.
Vikings taking on the Detroit hard-nosed, we don't give a damn, we're going to San Francisco and whooping some ass Lions.
Only game that has props out for most of their players.
-3. Lions at home. Total set at 56. Do you remember who won the first matchup between these teams?
Lions. They came back to win against the Vikings, I believe.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this is man. You want to talk about a game that give me the over for sure in this game. I think this game gets into the 30s. These passing touchdown props were about in the 160s, 170s, I believe, last time I looked. Jared Goff now over 1.5, -210. Sam Darnold -205 for the throw passing touchdown. We'll just go the receiving props. Justin Jefferson 91. Amon-Ra went from 70 to 75. Jameson Williams at 58. I mean, we're talking. Jahmyr Gibbs 32. I'm not gonna lie, all these props are just massive. This is gonna be a huge live betting game for me. Jahmyr Gibbs over 87.5 rushing yards as well. You see that? Tempting to, but at the same time, it's like I don't know. I feel like I'm just gonna be taking a lot of touchdown scores. Prop wise, I just can't. All these numbers just feel kind of gross. Like Jameson Williams over 3.5 receptions, like it -160. Gross. Justin Jefferson over 6.5 receptions. I actually do kind of like that. I feel that like that's a little bit too low. There's a lot of props. It's like +4.5 feels perfect for DJ Hawkinson's receptions. Gibbs at +4.5 feels pretty good. Tim Patrick -1.5. Love it. -160. Kind of ass. So it's just a lot of that. And then the Lions spread the ball around a lot. I will be kind of keying in on Jameson Williams, though. He's been making a lot more big plays lately. Kind of keying in on Amon-Ra is hurt a little bit, so keep an eye on that. He kind of looked hurt a little bit last game. So I'm not going to say take Tim Patrick because, man, has that boy been kind of average the last few games, but 20.5. Keep an eye on that boy. And then scoring-wise, sorry to end it real quick.
No.
I like Jahmyr Gibbs. Love him. I might take Justin Jefferson as well. I like Jameson Williams. Naylor was a guy I was looking at as a long shot, but I'll probably stay away from that one. And then I also liked Sam Laporta again.
Yeah, I like Laporta at +150. I'm going to be honest, man, and this is my gut talking, and if you bet what you gut, you're probably going to end up a loser most days. Feels like the Vikings are going to come out, and Sam Darnold's going to play like Sam Darnold played every game before the Vikings. And I feel like the Lions just win this game 41-12.
Oh, they could. I mean, they truly could. I wouldn't be shocked if that happened. I mean, with how the Lions did play their guys last week, so I'm curious to see, like, if they're ready to roll into this week and see. I can see this game going either way. I mean, with how good both these teams have been playing. I mean, shit, last time these two teams played, the Vikings ran it up on them early, and the Lions just ended up needing to come back. Anzalone might be back for the defense.
Oh, my God.
They're getting some defensive guys back.
Of all time. I'm kidding. A lot of Saints
Your
on
boy.
the Lions team. I hated them.
There is a lot. No, it's one of those things. I won't be shocked they lose, but this is going to be a fun game, man, regardless. That's why if I'm going to take anything, I'm on Lions money line, but it's -150. So it's like one of those things where it's like, you know what? Might not be a bad week. Do Lions Chargers money line, 144, something like that. But I like it. A lot of money lines are just all this juice. There's just too much juice everywhere on a lot of these lines.
And just to be clear to the world, every week I've been waiting for the Vikings to put a dud up there, and they're 14-2. So I've been wrong for 17 weeks. Probably be wrong again. But man, I just still can't wrap my head around the fact that Sam Darnold.
I said they were going to be the team from hell. Like I thought this was going to be their season from hell. They're going to be like 6-7, or by some point in the midseason. Instead, they're 14-2. They found their franchise quarterback. Kevin McConnell's going to win Coach of the Year. What
See,
a what a
I
ride.
can't believe that they found their. Like, I don't think Sam Darnold can keep this up longer than one season.
What if
I
he
think
can? That's what's crazy.
I
I don't
know.
know.
I know. I can't say he can't. But I feel like they're gonna give him $300 million in the next 3 seasons. They're gonna look at each other like, what the do we do?
JJ,
He gonna be
get
gone,
your
man.
ass ready.
Oh
Man, what if
man.
they? I do wonder though if it's like a bridge situation to keep him for like 3-4 years and then, hey yo JJ, you ready, boy? Because I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
don't
It
know.
feels like I will admit I don't want to be that guy. And then we can get this is a whole deep conversation we don't got to get into because obviously it's in the show. But it feels like there's a lot of quarterbacks I'm watching in college now. Like, is this guy really a Sunday guy? And then he ends up getting drafted. So I'm like, oh, I guess he is. And it's just like, I mean, obviously he only ends up playing like a couple games here and there, but it's just with how bad quarterback play is in the NFL, it's just one of those things where it's like, man, is this a Sunday guy? And then they end up being a Sunday guy. So I feel like quarterback play, I just can't even judge anymore because,
Same.
too confusing.
I
And I
haven't
feel like I
seen a
don't know it.
quarterback in college outside of Joe Burrow in the last decade that I thought was an NFL quarterback off the top of my head. But yet, we're
Yeah.
watching them.
They're
And that's
coming
why
out left and
quarterback
right.
play sucks in the NFL because it sucks in college. They dumb the
That's
game
very
down
true.
too much. It's read zone, read zone. The slant's open, throw it. If not, throw the ball away.
Yeah, they've dumbed it down way too much. I agree. Which is understandable. College kids aren't the brightest, but at the same time, we need to work on the fundamentals again.
We need to stop giving quarterbacks that don't watch football checks and dart $3 million in college because they think they shit don't stink and they go to the NFL and they flame out.
I will admit, Carson Beck going to the NFL, I was kind of shocked to see that. I'm interested, but also at the same time, if his arm's not as healthy as it can be, he puts out bad tape next year. Kind of kills his draft stock. It's just wild world. Because, yeah, like Carson Beck, for example, nothing to him. He's been a decent quarterback. I just like, man, I don't see him starting for 10 years for the Colts. Like, that's basically how I felt the quarterback because they start 10 years for Colts. Like, I don't think I see it. 10 years is a lot, though, I will say, but
I mean,
I'm just
somehow
like,
Derek Carr has been a starting quarterback in the NFL for over a decade.
and what's crazy now as I look at him, he's honestly not a bad quarterback when you look around some of these other guys, which is our whole conversation pretty much. That's when you're like, you know what? NFL quarterback play might just be down a little bit. And that is why we don't need an expansion. We can't even find 32 good quarterbacks.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems in sports, man. It's going the wrong direction in every sport. But hey, I'm an old geezer.
It'll just
That's
get
all I
called
can say
old.
about that.
It'll just get called change with the times.
I
It's
know.
like, all right.
I tell myself that sometimes, and then I look up and I'm like, no. I'm right. Y'all are wrong.
Yeah, sometimes you're just like, ain't no way I'm wrong.
But man, any final words before you get the heck on up out of here and I shift to some college hoops?
Not really. It's just gonna be let's enjoy the weekend, people. Very excited to come back on next week and talk some college football playoffs and football that matters, man. Because like I'll say, like week 18, we got like maybe 4 games that matter. So it's gonna be a fun weekend though. Should be some good football, and man, next time I'm on college football playoffs, NFL playoffs, which is while it's amazing time, it's also kind of sad, man. It's end of the season starting to come up. Kind of
What's crazy?
depressing.
I thought that last night. I said, damn, college basketball season already halfway over. I was getting sad about that, and it just started. But I cannot wait for playoffs. I've been checked out of the NFL for about 2-3 weeks now, waiting for playoffs. So I'm gonna gear it up on Monday.
We'll bring you back.
Yeah, no, I love playoffs. I can't wait.
Should be a lot of fun, man. And just shout out to all the people. I'll see everyone back next week on our, I assume, normal Thursdays.
Sounds good, man. My man Jaden Chandler Parnell. Catch him on X at Jaden95 Chandler. Check him out on
Hope
YouTube.
to see you back there, my boy.
JC Pod, my guy. I love it, man. JC knows. Hashtag that.
My guy.
Man, what a blast. What a bleeping blast. Sorry. Trying to decide if I want to go through Friday's games or if I want to do Saturday's games first. Excuse me. Man, a lot of crazy action last night in college basketball. Memphis looking like they should have been looking the last few seasons. I'm telling you, Penny Hardaway came out and said he feels comfortable now as a head coach, and it shows. Illinois bringing the pain to Oregon. That game surprised me. Oregon ran out of the damn gym. And then shout out to College of Charleston, return to the MAC, covering with ease, as well as Purdue covering with ease. It was a beautiful night in college basketball. I already talked about Penn State Northwestern at the beginning of the show. Worst officiated game in the history of college basketball. Me stating my displeasures got me banned from X. What else happened last night, real quick? Maryland. Shaking my head. Do you know who broke my heart even more last night? Oregon State. Wayne Tinkle. What's up, my dog? Come out and lay a stinker against Loyola Marymount. Absolutely got shredded last night. And then Rutgers. Ace Bailey dropped 40 plus, but that game was never close. Indiana rolling into Big Ten conference play. But let's jump to this Saturday slate of games. It's a great one. I know everybody's caught up in football right now, but let me tell you something. You don't want to watch Browns Ravens. I understand if you do want to watch Bengals Steelers. But for most of the day tomorrow, you should be checking out some college hoops if you got nothing else to do, because this slate from top to bottom is absolutely amazing. Starting off at 10 a.m. Early bird special, huh? Usually games start around 11. I got to love it. You got Florida taking on Kentucky. This is one of the lines that's already out, so this is not my line. Kentucky's minus 1.5 right now. At home taking on Florida, who's undefeated. Florida takes their first loss tomorrow against Kentucky. Kentucky gets rolling as SEC play gets underway. Give me Kentucky minus the 1.5. That's the one bet where the number is already out. That's the line I'm telling you to bet. Kentucky minus 1.5. The rest of these numbers, if you've been a fan of the show, I've been doing this for 3 years now. Every Friday, I give you my numbers for Saturday's games. I run the numbers, I write them down, I bring them to you. What you do is write these numbers down. When the books come out with the numbers later today or tomorrow morning, write the books numbers down, bet the difference. Simple. It's called handicapping, people. So these are my numbers for Saturday college basketball. It's going down, baby. Yo Street in the range. A shout out to Nelly. Syracuse. They're taking on Florida State. This is a 5 p.m. game. Syracuse. I like them to win it tomorrow, taking on Florida State. Syracuse +4 is the number I have, but I like Syracuse outright tomorrow, and I haven't said that much this season. But give me Syracuse +4. Michigan, they're on the road, taking on USC. Little Southern California action for Michigan. Get out of the cold for a little bit. I like Michigan. It's gonna be a good game. I got Michigan minus 2.5, small road favorites tomorrow. Now bring it back to the top of the morning. Again, Kentucky minus 1.5. Oh, the Mississippi. They're taking on the Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia 12-1 in non-conference play. This is the first SEC game for most SEC teams. Ole Miss 11-2 in conference play. They're coming off of that stinker last weekend against Memphis. I think Ole Miss has something to prove. Give me Ole Miss small home favorites minus 3.5. I think they win this game by 5 or more. I do think Georgia keeps it close to a certain extent, but I'm gonna go with Chris Beard and the gang. Ole Miss minus 3.5. West Virginia. I'm staying away just because they're coming off of a epic win against Kansas. Just gonna stay away. They're taking on Oklahoma State. I don't know. It's hard to bring that kind of energy 2 games in a row. Wake Forest They're taking on North Carolina State. Give me Wake Forest minus 4.5 at home. They're coming off of a 10-point victory on the road against Syracuse. Now they're back at home. Give me Wake Forest minus 4.5. North Carolina, as much as I'm down on North Carolina this season, I do like them to win against Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish. Give me North Carolina +1. Might be small favorites on the road, but I doubt it. They'll probably be +1 or 2, maybe +3. Give me North Carolina taking on Notre Dame. I mean, something's got to give. 2-6 against Quad 1, 8-6 on the season. I don't know. Hubert Davis, I don't know if he's the guy for the future. With Roy Williams players, he was decent. Now he has his own recruiting class, and it's just lack of talent left and right. Only players that are any good, in my opinion, are the 5-6 year seniors still left over from the Roy Williams days. Dayton taking on George Washington. Both of these teams 11-3. Dayton on the road. Give me them -5.5. Road favorites. I'm a rock with Dayton over George Washington. Dayton -5.5. I'm gonna ignore DePaul and Villanova. Both teams 9-5. DePaul's 0-3 in Big East play though. They usually at the bottom of the Big East. Villanova, they've been playing good as of late. I don't know. I like Nova, but I don't know about how much. DePaul kept it close for the most part against UConn, lost by 13. Uh, I don't know. Staying away from that. Didn't even run the numbers on it. Tennessee and Arkansas. Talk about a fun one. SEC basketball is going to be where it's at this season. That's where the eyes from the public is going to be. And this is an example. Kentucky, Florida, and then Arkansas, Tennessee. 2 Elite Eight-esque games. Give me Tennessee at home -3.5, taking on the one-on-one lack of ball movement Arkansas Razorbacks. Tennessee smokes them. Give me Tennessee -3 and a hook at home. Iowa State, baby. They're taking on Baylor. Give me Iowa State at home -3. I like them to win this game by 5-8. Might even win it by double digits. Baylor 9-3 on the season. They haven't been horrible, but they haven't been great. They are ranked 25th in the nation. Had a tough non-conference schedule, but they have had some no-shows. Give me Iowa State to rock and roll tomorrow. Iowa State -3. Speaking of Big 12 basketball, how about Houston taking on BYU? I mean, these games are absolutely amazing for the first Saturday uh, without college football. First Saturday of conference play. Um, I'm a college basketball nerd. I'm a geek. I couldn't be more excited for tomorrow's landscape, tomorrow's games in college basketball. Give me Houston at home taking on BYU. Give me Houston -2 and the hook. This is a Big Ten game that's going to go under the radar. Nebraska's hosting the mighty, mighty Bruins of UCLA. Both these teams 11-2. Nebraska, this is your chance to prove it against quality opponents. You're at home. Give me UCLA +2. I like UCLA outright to win this thing. But Nebraska, they are one of my teams that I was shouting out last week. They are one of the teams that I think can at least win one game in the tournament. I'm not going to say Sweet 16, but Nebraska can definitely be a 7 or 8 seed that I think holds their own in the round of 64. I like UCLA to steal it tomorrow, but Nebraska's a good team. Mississippi State, they're 12-1, hosting South Carolina. Man, Mississippi State -1.5 maybe. Wouldn't be surprised if either team wins it. Mississippi State is 17th in the nation, though, for a reason. Moving on to some A10 basketball. I know. Y'all don't watch it. I do. Rhode Island taking on a good George Mason team. Rhode Island needs a bounce back win after losing earlier this week. Give me Rhode Island -7 taking on George Mason. I like Rhode Island by double digits tomorrow. St. Johnny's, baby. some Big East basketball. They're taking on Butler. St. Johnny's at home. Absolute powerhouse. Give me St. John's minus 8.5. They win by double digits. Speaking of double-digit wins, College of Charleston and the return of the Mac. Oh, I cry. Oh, I cry. Charleston, give me them minus 8.5. Would take it up to 9.5. I think they run away with this game like they ran away with the game last night. College of Charleston, shout out to them. Love what I'm seeing from them this season. Can't shout them out enough. College of Charleston minus 8 and the hook. They'll be in the tournament come March. I was about to shoot a slug at Rutgers, but why? I don't think Rutgers is making the tournament this year. Ace Bailey's fantastic. First overall pick, probably. But they're not making the tournament. Duke, baby, the Blue Devils. They're on the road taking on SMU. I like Duke by a lot. The number I got, though, 6.5. Duke on the road down there in Texas. Give me Duke minus 6 and a hook. Cincinnati, they're hosting Arizona. Arizona trying to get right. Cincinnati trying to get right. Give me Cincinnati, small, home, favorite, Cincinnati, minus 2. I think the public's going to come in on Arizona, and Cincinnati is going to break y'all's heart. We're going McNeese, baby, minus 11. They're on the road taking on the 2-11 East Texas A&M. Give me McNeese by a whole hell of a lot. McNeese, a minus 11. Bring it down to the SEC, the best conference in basketball this season. Auburn taking on Missouri. Give me Auburn at home minus 4.5. Mizzou's a tough team. They'll keep it close as long as they can. Auburn runs away with it late. Give me Auburn minus 4 and a hook. Keeping it in the SEC. We got Alabama. I know I skipped a few games. Let me shout them out because there's some damn good ones. Boise State, San Diego State. Wow. Virginia, Louisville. Kansas State, TCU. All of those games are coin flip if you ask me. Literally pick them. Pick them. That's the number I'm giving out for all 3 of those games. Alabama. Forget who they're taking on. Also, Vanderbilt LSU is going to be a damn dandy. Alabama, they're at home hosting the undefeated Oklahoma Sooners. Give me Alabama minus 4.5, baby. I think they give the Sooners their first loss of the season. I think we get a lot, and by a lot, I think Florida and Oklahoma loses their first game of the season tomorrow, and we'll be down to 1 undefeated team left. So give me Alabama minus the 4.5. Colorado, they're going down to Tempe, baby, taking on Arizona State. Both these teams 9-3 on the season. Both of these teams 0-1 in Big 12. Give me Colorado on the road. Colorado plus 3. Love Arizona State. I think Colorado is just the better team right now, right this second. Arizona State definitely can get to where they're better than them later in the season. But I like Colorado as a road dog. Colorado plus 3. Pittsburgh, baby. They've been a damn good basketball team the last few years, and they have been rolling. 2-0 so far in ACC play. Love what Greg Campbell's done, and I'm glad they gave him time. Pittsburgh. Give me Pittsburgh minus 2.5 hosting Stanford. Weird ACC game, huh? Still getting used to these teams in these new conferences. Damn, I miss the Pac-12. Stephen F. Austin, and the F stands for covers. Give me Stephen F. Austin taking on Incarnate Word. Who the hell knows? Stephen F. Austin minus 2 and a hook, baby. Where we at? A few more for you. Washington State. They're taking on San Francisco, the Dons. Both of these teams undefeated in WCC play. Both of these teams only 3 losses on the season. Give me Washington State at home, minus 4, taking on the Dons. Texas, they're taking on Texas A&M. Both of these teams 11-2. First game in SEC play. They're down there in College Station. Trust me, it gets rowdy. Give me Texas A&M -2.5. I like Texas, but I think Texas A&M steals this one at home in front of a rowdy crowd. Trust me, they'll be talking about somebody's mama in the stands. GCU, I'm talking Grand Canyon University, baby. Give me a blowout here. Give me GCU -12 and a hook. 4 more games for you. Clemson taking on California, the Bears. Clemson's 3-0 in ACC play, and they will improve to 4-0, and they will cover 5.5. Give me Clemson -5.5. Gonzaga on the road taking on Loyola Marymount. Loyola Marymount absolutely wiped the floor with Oregon State last night. Give me Gonzaga, the big brother of the conference, to put them in their place. Gonzaga -21 taking on Loyola Marymount. Utah State taking on Fresno State. Utah State. Oh boy, I'm in love with this team. Utah State -9.5 tomorrow, taking on Fresno State. And then the last but not least, keeping it in the WCC, give me St. Mary's taking on a horrible Portland team. St. Mary's -23. Shit is huge, huh? When did you ever think you'd get St. Mary's -3? Gotta love it, baby. Those are Saturday's numbers right here on Captain by a Hook, baby. With the red beard, I'm Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs, going live on a fantastic Friday here with you. Let's go and jump into Friday's games. You see the jacket. You know what it is. You know what I'll be tuned into tonight, 7 p.m. Central on Fox. Anyway, let's preview some of these games. We got Merrimack at 2 p.m. today. I like Merrimack. I like Merrimack to cover the 7.5. Might be a close one, though. I'm staying away from it, but I do like Merrimack to cover that game. Both of these teams looking for a win. Both of these teams on a slight losing streak. We got Fairfield losing the last 4, Merrimack losing the last 2. Over might be in the play too. The over is 138 in the hook. Fairfield averaging 76 points the last 5 games, while Merrimack's averaging 68. Think both of these teams can get into the 70s. I think this total can get into the 140s. I do like the over 138.5, and I like Merrimack to cover. Akron on the road taking on Bowling Green. Kind of like Bowling Green at home plus the 5.5. But Akron, I don't know. I like Bowling Green plus 5.5 at home. No disrespect to Akron. Might even like Bowling Green outright today plus 200 on the money line. But definitely like both of these teams to get it up, run it, and I think that's going to keep it close. Lack of defense on both of these squads. Bowling Green plus the 5.5 would be my lean. Temple, Wichita State, gonna be a fun one. Don't know. Flip a coin and take your best shot at this one, but it's gonna be a fun one. Wichita State, man, remember those Shaka Smart days? Those were pretty fun. He's long gone, people. He's over there at Marquette. They're playing tonight. That'll be a fun one. Temple, Wichita State, flip a coin and have some fun. Where we at? Where we at? Iowa, Wisconsin. Talk about Big Ten basketball, baby. Iowa's on the road plus 5.5. I just can't bring myself to lay 5.5 with Wisconsin. I also can't get myself to take the 5.5 with Iowa State. Gonna stay away from this one. It's gonna be a damn good one. I don't see a blowout anyway. That's why I want to take the plus 5.5. But I don't know. Both of these teams are hit or miss. I'm just gonna stay away and have a good day. St. Joseph's, St. Louis. St. Louis -2.5. I like it. I love it. If you don't mind laying 140, I would take the money line on St. Louis. 2 games I like a lot, but the spread is a little big for me. Love Marquette to win this thing. They're taking on Creighton at home. Bunch of Marquette futures I'm rooting for. But I do like Creighton to cover the 9.5. 9.5 in Big Ten basketball with two of the best Big Ten teams feels way too big. My number on this game is 4.5. So if I had to bet this game, it'll be Creighton plus the 9.5. Excuse me, but I'll be rooting for Marquette to go ahead and do the damn thing. And then you say Nevada, I say Nevada. They're taking on New Mexico. New Mexico minus 6.5. Love New Mexico to win this game. Think it's closer though than 6.5. My number is 2.5 to 4.5. 2.5 New Mexico. I bet it. Anything above that, probably taking Nevada plus the 6.5. But I'm gonna stay away from both of these games. Some huge spreads, and I like New Mexico at home. They could get out and get rowdy and win this thing by 12 to 20. Who knows? But I think Nevada does keep it close. Not willing to bet it though. And then Creighton plus the 9.5. Absolutely love that against Marquette. But I do think Marquette wins outright. Little money line parlay if you want to have some fun. Take New Mexico, take Marquette, and put them with these two bets. I'm about to give you right here, right now. Man, don't you just love Fridays? Can't stop, won't stop. Rockefeller Records, baby. Two bets for you tonight. You see the jacket. You know what it is. Michigan State's on the road, taking on Ohio State. Big Ten basketball at its finest. Michigan State has been rolling down a river with an automatic engine. Relaxing. Love Michigan State tonight. Just to be clear, they are my second favorite team. But if you watch the show for the last 3.5 years, I don't just blindly bet my favorite teams. But I'm betting Michigan State tonight on the money line. If there's any team I do blindly bet, it is Michigan State, though. But hey, Michigan State on the money line, baby. Plus 105 right now. I got it at plus 110 earlier today. Take that money line and bet it, and then take it and put it in this parlay, like I said, with New Mexico and Nevada. And then my man Frank, he's got one that I absolutely love. So without further ado, I need somebody, anybody, hit me with the horns. Coffee, ice cold. We got Georgetown at home tonight. They're taking on Xavier. Minus 110 both ways on the money line. I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to keep it sweet. Franklin Earl. Beardwinaton, a best bet of the day. We're going to go F Georgetown, which means fade Georgetown. Give me Xavier on the money line. Minus 110. Best bet of the damn day. Honestly. Might be my favorite week. Favorite bet the last week. And we had 2-1 record for Frank. And honestly, yesterday with the Rutgers fiasco, I don't even blame the guy. 30 minutes, 40 minutes before the game, Dylan Harper's out. What the hell are we doing? Y'all knew he was out before that? I don't know. Rutgers missing the tournament completely. Get him the hell out of my face. I'm done with him. Just to recap the bets for tonight, we're going Michigan State on the money line. We are going Xavier on the money line. Michigan State's plus 105. Xavier's minus 110. It's captained by a hook, baby, with the red beard. Man, please. All about my bread like some ham and cheese. That little four-legger I was telling you about late. I don't usually give out parlays, but Michigan State money line, Xavier money line, Marquette money line, New Mexico money line. Pretty sure you can get some good odds on that. About plus 6 to 1. Nothing too crazy. Little Friday night action. But the two bets for you, Michigan State money line and then Franklin Earl's best bet of the day, Xavier on the money line. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the love. And thank you for the support. Let's get this show syndicated, baby. Say it every day till it happens. F it. Speak it into existence. Get me on Peacock, baby. That's where my eyes are at. Captain by a Hook with the red beard, presented by Stare Down Sports, Stare Down Greatness. I'm Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs, going live on this fantastic Friday. One more shout out to my man JC P. Jaden Chandler Parnell came on here and kicked some noise, talking everything football. I don't know why I said it like that. Football. We didn't talk any soccer. Anyway, take all these wagers at your own risk and please, please gamble responsibly. Dobbs.